2024 movie. First time look for me, a complete unknown. It's a movie set in the early 60s, and it's a biopic about the emergence of Bob Dylan in New York City at the beginning of his career. That's all I need to know. The first things that come out when it starts is Woody Guthrie playing acoustic guitar, and Woody, of course, is considered to be the major factor that led to Bob Dylan, Robert Zimmerman, heading for the streets of New York City, and specifically Greenwich Village, to find like artists who he could assimilate with and relate to. We then see Bob in a bar trying to find a place where he wants to hear Woody Guthrie, and then we switch quickly to a court of law where Pete Seeger is about to be convicted for promoting what's regarded as a song that's considered to be provocative and likely to upset the message. This land is your land. What would be described as a very left-wing communist point of view. This surely is an inspiring type of film, I think. As I'm 15 minutes on, was hearing John Baez, Carl Denver, and of course Pete Seeger. Compositions by them thereof. There's a music scene where Dylan is at the hospital. Guthrie is obviously got lung cancer or something severe in this hospital, and Dylan is singing "Blowing in the Wind" to him. He's joined by Seeger, and one of the hospital workers gets real uppity about the fact that Guthrie's smoking, and he comes out with this statement very derogatory towards what's taking place. I think he said it's a hospital, not a nightclub or something like that. I don't know how true this is as a factual record, but I'll look into that. What I like about the movie so far is that it's sort of factually correct, and it throws in bits of history. We see Bob with his girlfriend, I assume Sylvia, and she's getting rather irritated at the fact that she doesn't really know anything about Bob. She's found documentation with his name, Robert Zimmerman, and she wants to know a little bit about his life, his family, blah blah blah. And basically she says she then decides to leave, and just after she's left, the radio is talking about the Bay of Pigs, the problems between the Soviet Union and America with regard to Cuba, and the fact that the Soviets are going to deploy nuclear weapons in Cuba. Just to note on a few facts, James Marigold is the director. Timothy Chalamet plays Dylan. Dakota Fanning plays Sylvia Russo. Ella Fanning plays Sylvia Russo, who's Bob's initial love interest, and Pete Seeger's played by Edward Norton. I did not recognise him at all. Boyd Holbrook plays Johnny Cash. Monica Barbera is Joan Baez. there will be a slide with a few more specific cast details. To spice it up, Bias covers Don't Think Twice, It's Alright, and it becomes a hit. Bob's invited to a festival in California that it's called the Monterey Folk Festival, and Sylvie, his girlfriend, starts to get the feeling that she may well be playing second fiddle to Joan, and then we see a scene when Bob arrives, stays at her place, and clearly there's a romantic interest. This is just an observation, of course. The movie then moves into the phase where Dylan seems to have exhausted all he can from the folk guitar, acoustic guitar part, and he's now wanting to move into the electric phase, which of course brought about huge problems because his folk following suggested that he'd sold out, and he wanted to employ blues artists, competent musicians, so he could make his new music and perform live. And of course we then came to his time with the band. The movie culminates really with Dylan performing an electric set at the Newport Jazz Festival, and the riot that was seen in the audience, and then his final sort of return to Woody Guthrie in his hospital bed.